Hello. We have appeared about 1 month later. Has it been that long? Huh. So let's explain what happened to us. So over spring break, which we had for 2 weeks, we changed all of our floors, and we didn't feel like we would be able to make a high enough quality video with just a short amount of time over like the weekends, and we were always staying up late, sometimes till midnight, waking up early, working with another person in the house, and it just got really chaotic.
And the reason that we didn't upload for the week after that is because we were still finalizing a bunch of our stuff, like organizing books on our shelves, finalizing rooms, and just getting stuff really together.
Yeah, and school starting up the week after, we had to like get used to it again because we had just taken off 2 weeks and we were just tired and didn't think we'd make a high enough quality video. So this one is sort of like a backup video, so it's just gonna feature me in it. But I hope you guys enjoy this one, and make sure to click like and subscribe, and keep on learning more about history.
Yep. Hope you enjoy the video.
The New Republic. This one I will be covering my thoughts and interests on this unit that we just did in like a short and abridged version. And to start it off, during this time, George Washington was just elected as the president, the very first president of the United States. He ran for 2 terms, and his advisees or cabinet were Thomas Jefferson as his Secretary of State and Alexander Hamilton as the Secretary of the Treasury. Now, these two played a pretty important role in the future, 10 years of the country. They were basically the 2 main leaders of all the events that are going to happen. So, Alexander Hamilton was, very loved by the people towards the end of it, but by the end of it, he gets completely ruined. But Thomas Jefferson is mad. He doesn't like this. So, Thomas Jefferson was a farmer boy. He valued the lower working class, not over the rich people, but he thought after the Revolutionary War that they should pay off all the people that fought in the war instead of all those rich people that bought the bonds, which most of them were in the House of Representatives because they kind of knew what was going to happen. And he was a farmer boy. And Alexander Hamilton, on the other hand, was more into industry. He put a tariff on all foreign goods so that the rich people would buy all of the things that were made in America. Even though they weren't as high quality, he made a really insane tariff on it. Or he tried to, at least, but the Senate and House wouldn't let him. It was only not as much as he wanted. So he put another tax on whiskey, which would lead to the Whiskey Rebellion, which Jefferson supported, but Hamilton kind of didn't, but it's his fault. 2 major disagreements that led to their hate towards each other. Sorry. With the National Bank and the Jay's Treaty. Now, the National Bank made sense that George Washington sided with Alexander Hamilton because he's obviously the treasurer, the state of Treasury of Secretary of the Treasury. Yeah, that makes sense. And then Thomas Jefferson was really angry because George Washington sided with neither Alexander Hamilton or him, even though he's the Secretary of State on a foreign affair, which was the Jay's Treaty. So this would lead towards great hate towards each other, and they would both be the founders of their own political parties. Jefferson was in charge of the Democratic Republican Party, and Alexander Hamilton, along with John Adams, are in charge of the Federalist Party. George Washington, you could consider, was also part of it, and yeah. So George Washington, in his farewell address, as being the first president of the United States after both of his terms, 8 years, he basically said, "Don't make any alliances with Europe." Already made one with the French a while ago for the Revolutionary War and didn't uphold their side of it. Don't split America by identifying yourself as the North and South or by your state. this kind of resolved itself. And don't make political Oh, wait. They already have 2 political parties. 2 years after his presidency ends on his second term, he dies. And John Adams is declared as the second president of the United States thanks to Electoral College. And we are learning that he doesn't last long. And he makes a very dumb decision with the Alien and Sedition Acts. And is kicked out of office. And the Jeffersonian / Democratic Republicans / now Democrats basically say, and he then becomes the 3rd president, and Federalists, or no, and the Democratic Republicans are basically in charge for the next long history of the United States. And yeah, that's basically my video. I hope this turned out better than the first. I put more effort into this one and more preparation. I hope this turns out well. That was a note to myself before I started this. Please tell me if it turned out well. It's not funny.